welcome to DuckCast episode 50. With us today is Tarik and Chris. And I'm your Mackle. And with us also is, as always, is Zach.
Why do you have to introduce me? It's like we're the host of the show. You don't really need to introduce me as if I'm a guest. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm in every episode, you idiot.
This could be the first episode someone watches, Zach.
It's kind of the first episode too, where we don't really see you. You're more like a frame by frame stop motion animation or something.
You know what? The first thing that was ever said on this podcast was you insulted me.
What did I say?
For my frequent update videos on the channel.
Because at that time you were like always doing them, and then you weren't really doing anything else on the channel.
I was like always talking about bringing the Duck Brigade back. Constantly. And it kept on being like an update video. It kept like the fucking thing that Jack's Films keeps doing on his second channel, but like actually real, not a joke. It wasn't as consistent as that though. But yeah, we're just gonna do a show today. We got Tarik on, and we got Chris back here.
Tarik looks like he wants to say something, like just a good one-liner. He's like itching for it. He's like, I'm on the show. I have my moment. Here we go.
Allahu Akbar.
What?
Oh, sorry. Allahu Akbar!
Alright, and we got Chris.
Cool. Do we have anything to talk about?
Yes, actually, I was hoping that you'd like. So there is a very common stone in geology, and it's called basalt. And basalt is found pretty much throughout the entire planet. And it grows in very, very distinct formations sometimes, especially that which comes from like volcanic deposits, because that's where it's from. It's like a volcanic rock. And it comes in these hexagonal shapes. And it comes in columnar, and then there's also like horizontal basalt, and it's actually really cool. There are deposits in Oregon. There are deposits in South Korea, Tasmania.
This bit needs to end.
This is real geology.
Okay, well, stop. Go home. You're done.
That ended pretty quickly. I mean, all right.
All right. Yeah, I usually have some show notes. I didn't take any this time. I should, because this is a milestone episode. This is 50 episodes of DuckCast. We are 50 away.
Obviously, I'm more important than anybody else that's been a guest star since I'm on the 50th episode.
I think I'm like the only guest star we've ever, like the most successful guest star we ever had was Kevin Chamberlain. But I mean,
the most successful. I don't know about you, but Tarik's pretty awesome. Like, I don't know. I just met him.
In terms of being known on YouTube, but even then, like, I mean, obviously that's not like what fucking matters, but it's just an acknowledgement. Xanderbrow is probably the number 2, honestly, because he has like 1,000 subs. We did have an episode of Wilbur Hour, the infamous Wilbur Hour. Me and Tarik like watching some of his videos sometimes. We get some good laughs out of it.
You like Xanderberg, Chris?
I don't know if I can legally say that or not.
You and Will had community. Yeah, me and you used to talk about it all the time. Actually, it's been a while since we've had a good Xanderbrow discussion. There was like a time. There was a time where me, Cody, and Chris like were nightly talking about Brotherhood when it was out.
Fucking watched the episode.
It was just like a consistent conversation of ours. I said it on the show before. I don't think I need to sugarcoat it for Will, who might be listening, because he does actually support the show often.
I think he might be listening, yeah.
Yeah, but like, because I said it in episode 40 with Chris and Olivia, and like, yeah, I mean, Brotherhood, I loved it, but I loved it ironically. Like, it was so bad it's good show.
Are you talking about Full Metal Alchemist?
No, I'm talking about Super Smash Brotherhood. Remember that?
Oh no. I mean, kind of. Yeah. I don't remember it. I know.
I didn't. You were into the episodes, if you remember that. Remember where we did our little news thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You and Gage appeared in it, and me. But that's where, like, I think we're one of the first times we actually showed the Mustard character. I knew he existed prior to that. It was just like a little voice you did. But I mean, like, genuinely, it was like, again, always for the wrong reasons. I'm not saying it's new current content's like that. I actually haven't seen his new show yet. I watched the first one. And the only thing I can say was shot way better than Brotherhood. But
I'll just give you a good old-fashioned pat on the back.
Yeah. Oh. Can't really see the pat now. Your whole comedy routine fell flat on its face there.
Well, like, we would like religiously talk about Brotherhood because we just loved it. And I never finished the third season, but like,
Nor did I.
I will eventually. The thing is, like, Cody didn't want to watch it with me anymore. I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to watch it alone. It's not a show I want to watch by myself. I want to watch it with people.
Really good. Bro.
Oh, I had so much fun watching Brotherhood, though. Like, it was like genuinely a great time, but Cody got too annoyed with it. Yeah, no, a special shout out again to Will Brower for such a good sport every time I talk about Brotherhood on the show. Don't worry, buddy, I have a cross the fourth wall.
I thought that you were gonna say, "Don't worry, buddy, I have a crush on you," and I was
No.
gonna be like,
I have a cross the fourth. I have a. At least you finished Brotherhood, you know.
You finished Brotherhood?
What?
You finished Brotherhood?
Will did. He finished it. Like he created it, he started it, and he ended it. That is more than I can say about Across the Fourth Wall or Cameraman.
See, I thought you said somebody here actually watched it to completion.
Cameraman season 2, by the way. I just want to say this because we haven't talked about it in a while. It's possible still. I just like, I'm kind of ashamed of episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7, and that's kind of why I kind of stopped.
"Are you ashamed of it?"
Well, I mean, I say ashamed. Like, it just if you watch, I felt like the first 3 I nailed them. I love the first 3 episodes. So 4 is pretty bad, but Alec is good in it. 5 is pretty bad, but there's a scene or 2 I like. 6 is pretty bad.
Which episode was that we filmed in the park?
The Borough Park. What are you talking about?
Where we were filming in the Borough Park and you and Nick were sitting on the wall?
Oh, that was episode 8, and that was like an unfinished episode. And a lot of episode 8 is finished, and if I do bring it back, I'm gonna use that footage because that was a past scene anyway. Even if like something with our like, even if Nick's hair changes or something happens, like that scene still works.
What if we reshoot the whole show and re-release it at least as an extension of Across the Fourth Wall?
No, like I might bring it back though. I don't know. Like it's kind of a lot of work, and I'm just like determining whether I'm ready to move on to the next thing and call Cameraman a short series. I mean, the end of episode 7 works as an ending. It's not a very happy ending, but it concludes part of his life.
I am big.
Yep. Okay, what's something that we can all talk about? I know it's mainly just been me and Tarik right now. Anyone see anything, watch anything interesting? I know we all saw Last Jedi, but Zach hasn't. You guys want to briefly?
Sorry, what?
You guys want to briefly rate Last Jedi for anyone who's wondering what we think of it? I know at least Hail Hydra might be wondering.
Sure.
So Zach hasn't seen it yet. Chris, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give Last Jedi?
Why you do this to me?
What do you,
Fuck.
Do it.
Oh,
I'll come
shit.
to your house, I'll kiss you on the lips and leave. That's what I'll do if you don't. That's my threat.
You know, I'm good without that.
You're a homophobe, Chris. I don't appreciate it. This is 2018. You can't be a homophobe.
Let's not have these like big pauses like this that aren't entertaining to listen to.
All right,
Let's
shut
rate
up.
the movie.
Shut up. I rate the movie 2 out of 10.
Okay. Really?
No. I give it a solid 5.5 out of.
That's pretty
In
generous
the
for what.
Yeah.
Well, because the reason why it is because the movie for it in terms of visuals and
It has a lot going for it in terms of visuals with the effects team and the scenery.
visuals,
And the
sound,
sets team.
scenery, sets, all that.
The shots aren't very good.
The movie, in terms of looks, looking at it, listening to it, is great.
Music is
Storyline,
wonderful as always.
yeah. Storyline, mediocre. Characters, Specifically, the main characters, I wish that they could have done something better with them. I don't know how you feel about that, Chris, but feel free to,
Chris is like a huge Star Wars fan.
Me too, man. I've loved Star Wars since I was a little kid.
I think that's why I'm more. It's funny. It's almost ironic because that's why I'm more forgiving of the new movies because I'm not a big fan of them.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, but like I liked Force Awakens. I liked Rogue One. I liked The Last Jedi. So far, The Last Jedi is my favorite of the Disney Star Wars movies, and probably of the old ones too, though, just because I watched them too late in life. Like I watched them at a point where a lot of it wasn't impressive anymore. A lot of it still is impressive, but like so much of the acting is shit. The lightsabers didn't look good in the original trilogy. Maybe in the last one they did.
I mean, the original trilogy, they were using like really rudimentary rotoscoping
I
techniques.
understand that. I'm just saying, like, yeah, it doesn't hold up.
But have you seen George Lucas special edition releases?
Oh, yeah,
He added even more CGI.
Yeah, the CGI monster that walks
in front of the frame and blocks the whole frame because that's a good idea.
You ever see The Force Awakens?
George Lucas recut.
Chris, rate it.
The last time I actually saw a Star Wars movie was on Laserdisc, so.
Yo, Chris, rate the fucking movie.
Well, okay, I would give it a 6 or at least a 7.
That's awesome.
Because it actually has balls.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't have.
We could have totally. They could have just went with like. They could have totally went with the Legends continuity and had the perfect Luke Skywalker. They could have had the perfect bullshit, but instead, it wasn't. It's I don't know. I just feel like it could have been too easy for it to be fan fiction-y, and I would have hated it more if it was that.
For me, it doesn't take a lot of risks because the ultimate risk to take would have
Rey turn to the dark side.
Yeah, that would have been something new. That would have been something they didn't do.
But remember, you don't want to spoil too much because Zach there hasn't seen.
Rey doesn't join the dark side, but that's all we'll say about that.
But like,
I'm sorry, Zach.
I'm gonna dislike this video. Don't worry, it's fine. It's all good.
You're gonna go on and dislike your own podcast.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Zach, have you seen The Force Awakens? Not The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens and Rogue One. Have you seen either one of those two?
I thought they were all
What
right.
did you think? What did you think of?
I like The Force Awakens more than most people. I thought I acknowledge a lot of the critiques about it, but I think it's pretty impressive what they've done. I think you know, I don't know.
Sure.
Do some nice callbacks to the classic movies and stuff, like those transitions to fade wise. It's like I like seeing that in a modern day movie.
Those were definitely some
neat.
serious nods. But I feel like certain parts of it felt a little bit more like fan service than
I agree.
we're doing actual storytelling. Like, Han and Chewie being on the Millennium Falcon and the Millennium Falcon just conveniently being there. It was like
it's just very weird to actually have a real opinion about The Force Awakens. When The Force Awakens came out, I didn't hear one bad thing. It was the perfect movie. That's what everyone said. Then after a whole month, people were bandwagoned on this one opinion and gravitated toward that up to now. And
because I think that people went back and rewatched it without the rose-colored glass because it'd been how long? About
I agree.
8 years?
I'm sure some people feel that way, but there's a lot of bandwagoning. I'm sure, and it's just it's hard to say anything with all this noise. I don't know. Same with Rogue One, I feel.
All this fake news coming from China.
Force Awakens was the one thing that just turned around so quickly. I'm like, what happened? Wasn't it? What? I don't know.
I like
just weird.
I like Last Jedi the most of the 3 films so far, but I'd give it a 6.1 out of 10. I give it a 6.1 out of 10 because I give Rogue One and The Force Awakens a 6 out of 10. And
Can I just ask one question?
Yeah.
What the hell is the point 1?
The point 1 is because I liked it a little more. That's it.
Question, by the way,
watching
the guy who directed this last movie, The Last Jedi, is he the one who said he's doing the new trilogy?
Trilogy, yeah.
A 6, by the way.
Does that make people skeptical right now that the movie did so bad? They're like, oh no, because I was excited about the no Skywalker new trilogy thing, but the fact that this is the guy that made what people are saying is the worst Star Wars now is
it's not.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely. I don't know how you feel about it, Chris, but I feel like it's a definite hit to the canon in the way that they wrote some things. The way that they introduced certain things and played it out were definitely a little bit dodgy. Not even plot necessarily, just really odd ways to put things out there. To introduce things to the canon were just. It just felt wrong. It felt like he was just trying to say, "All right, that's what who was the guy? J.J. Abrams did in The Force Awakens, but that's not my movie. This is my movie." That's
There's
what
no
he felt
respect to the. Wow.
That is literally what he did, though. That is literally what he did while
not good.
doing the directing of this movie.
You can do that maybe with past movies, but a part of your trilogy that's kind of risky and not
kind of bullshit.
You're not tying everything together as well. Yeah. It's not a team effort then. What's the point?
Yeah.
And the movie was just a visual spectacle. I've said that before. It was just absolute. It was eye candy, and a lot of people go to Star Wars for the spectacle. And
you know what I really did like style-wise? I liked that Red Room a lot.
Snoke's throne room. Yeah.
I thought it looked really cool. seeing the fights there. I will say the lightsaber fight I thought was like.
I'm
not gonna say it.
Oh my god, there's a lot. Tariq, are you telling me there's a lightsaber fight scene in the Star Wars movie? Wow, what a huge spoiler.
No, this is Rogue One.
No way.
And the Last Jedi I thought was very underwhelming. Like, it wasn't very well done. Every other fight scene was great, but that one was.
Wait. Are you talking about the one that is like Act 2 or Act 3?
There's technically 2 lightsaber fights in it, but I wouldn't even count the second one as a lightsaber.
Yeah, no. I think the first one. That was good. I loved that.
It wasn't the best thing ever. I didn't.
I think it was good because it didn't have all the ridiculous flipping that the prequels had.
But that makes it more entertaining to watch.
But the acrobatics are just like it comes to a point where I get it. The not the old Republic, but the Republic in the prequels was like supposed to be very formal and prissy, and of course they're gonna have more style over substance with that. Everything was like that.
I want to see
Coruscant, all that shit.
I want to see a scene like the part where Anakin walks in and murders the kids. I like that part.
That was just it cut away from that. But with the scene in The Last Jedi, and Chris, feel free to support or absolutely just eviscerate me on this one. I feel like it was a good balance between, hey, listen, these guys are skilled swordsmen, but at the same time, these other guys or this other guy is a skilled swordsman or multiple swordsmen. Like, it showed that there was an equal match, except for Rey, who I feel should not have that much skill. I just
no, Rey should not.
I don't know.
I totally disagree.
Are they in this movie like making Rey like what they kind of like hinted at with the Force Awakens? Like, she's just the miracle child. Is that what she?
Literally.
Oh, that's dumb.
Someone could exist like that.
That's
but
like
I mean,
lazy
Anakin
writing for a character.
Star Wars Jesus. Like Anakin.
Star Wars Jesus.
Yeah, his mother's like, there was no father, and then he's got the highest.
I thought Luke the whole time was kind of like that. I don't know.
I don't remember the prequels, but if they did that, like, they're going to be doing the exact same thing. They already had this character. Like, I can understand that as criticism. I don't see Rey being really good at the Force as a bad thing. I think it makes her more entertaining.
You gotta get closer to the mic, Mike.
The Force doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense about the full, but there's a certain amount of skill that comes with, wielding any sort of sword. She uses a staff on Jakku. That's her thing. It's like the two-handed staff. It's like a huge metal, hulking piece of metal, whatever. Her to be able to use a lightsaber, which we've been seeing, like, people using it, like, really acrobatically, like in the prequels.
Yeah.
And in the, original trilogy, it's an art form for them to be able to go back and forth and spar. And she gets to it, and she's battling a Knight of Ren, who are supposed to be, like, super, super, super trained dudes that have freaking the best sword skills of, like, Sith and all this other stuff. Like, these guys are supposed to be experts, and he loses. Not only Finn holds his own against him, who's never held a lightsaber, and there's nothing that you can say about that.
Yeah.
And then Rey comes up and is able to.
Can I say something actually? A little off topic, still about Star Wars. I liked Finn and Rose's story a lot in this movie. I like the casino scene.
Can you get closer to the mic? Mike.
What was wrong with them?
It was such a pointless thing. It was literally just political. It was just political commentary.
Yeah, it was minor though. They didn't like. Yeah, it was just like
the whole thing was drove home that it was like, oh, this is bad, and this is they're bad, and they're bad too.
Yeah, but it's like probably as a whole 20 minutes of movie.
It's a bigger chunk than that.
No, because they do other stuff than stay at that one place. I think if you combine all those things together, I guarantee you.
Yeah, that whole subplot, I think.
The movie was like 2 hours and 30 minutes. No, I had a problem with that. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it looked cool.
Mike.
What's up, Zach?
Can you get closer to the mic when you talk? You're always sounding very faint.
Okay, I'll get closer.
He just eats the mic. He like comes up right against it, and you just hear him breathing.
Hey, fuck you for giving me shit for liking a scene in a movie.
No. I understand.
So what scene did you like? Because I didn't hear any of that.
The casino scene, I liked it.
See, the casino scene I actually enjoyed as well. I do think it overstayed its welcome just a little bit. I enjoyed it.
I do not think it was that long. I liked the chase scene a lot at the end. I thought those creatures. That's another one of the creatures I thought looked cool.
Oh no, they put a lot of
design. They had a good design. Porgs absolutely is the most necessary thing in the Star Wars cinematic universe. Like, they're almost as important as like that little box that drives around the the ship sometimes.
The
What is
mouse
that?
droid. You
The
built?
mouse droid, those are for, right?
What are those for?
Those are to guide the personnel because of how much of a maze the ships are.
Yeah, that's my favorite character in the Star Wars movies. Porgs are second place.
Well, I mean, at least the mouse droid doesn't have 1,000 toys for it, and marketing based solely around its existence.
Doesn't it have a poster though?
A mouse droid? Probably. I don't know. I'm putting past him.
I just remember a joke on like Nostalgia Critic about that. That's my only reference for that. But anyway, yeah, Last Jedi, I liked it. But okay, different question. Like, Zachary can answer this too because now you saw some movies. It's 2018. It's a new year. Obviously, none of us saw that came out. But what was each of your favorite movie that got released in 2018?
2018?
2018.
Oh, I got a lot.
2017.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
What came out? I mean, the last movie I saw in theaters was Downsizing, and it was like, I don't remember.
It looked a little more original than your regular comedy. Like I know,
it's just the movie itself was a bit like it looked promising.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, that one.
Isn't that more of like old SNL cast members?
Downsizing?
Yeah,
I think it had Kristen Wiig and Jason
wasn't
Sudeikis, which,
later?
by the way, were barely in the movie, especially Kristen Wiig. Like, they were in the beginning, and then as the movie kept going on, it was more Matt Damon meeting newer characters, and it was like, all right.
Okay, so it's Matt Damon, not Mark Wahlberg. Okay.
Wasn't Bill Hader in it briefly? Or in it? I don't know.
No, he's not in it. No.
Fuck, okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
What else came out in 2017? I forget. Any superhero
Marvel
movies? I mean, probably. There was
like
Power
Thor,
Rangers, Wonder Woman,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, right?
Wonder Woman, Justice League.
Did Guardians of the Galaxy come out last 2017?
Yeah, it came out early.
I don't know why people deem that as like one of the worst. I don't know. I think people over exaggerate the Guardians of the Galaxy too. It's not that bad.
What?
I don't
All the
understand the
Marvel
hate.
films. I was telling Tarik this earlier. All the Marvel films I've seen, I haven't seen all of them. I'd say Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has the best script.
Yeah,
Yeah.
best script, but I just Drax was a bit too forced with his
I think
humor.
that there was a lot of bad humor in the movie. I think the humor was half and half, and that's still half of the jokes were.
They lean into the like campiness of the Marvel movies because they're realizing how absolutely absurd some of the premises for their movies, and I respect that. Absolutely, go for it.
It's still
But
a
at the
good
same-
time though, I think.
My
Yeah,
favorite.
don't flander. I think it's flanderization. I think when you like make a character's sole existence only one trait of an originally multifaceted personality.
I tried to go on.
Wait, hold on. What did you say, Chris?
Yeah, Chris actually hasn't spoken yet. You, Chris.
I was about to say, oh, you mean like the Thor movies?
I haven't seen any of those.
Oh, Thor Ragnarok I liked. It was short, but
Loki the traitor. Thor is good and a hunk. Oh yes, they kind of one-dimensionalized characters who were originally played out to be very two-dimensional and three-dimensional. Sorry, not two-dimensional.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I like Homecoming, but it's one of those weird. I liked it like almost solely for characters. Like the action's nothing to write home about.
get closer to the mic.
Well, what you call it?
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Have you been able to hear me at all?
It's like every now when you
I'm
lean
surprised
farther, it's like you sound. We hear you, but it's like more faint compared to others.
Not that much further.
Going straight towards the mic when
Yeah,
I
but I'm
speak.
still close to it. Anyway,
Yeah.
I thought Spider-Man: Homecoming had it was best for its characters. Like almost every single one of them was good. I understand some people not liking the one girl being Gwen. And
What?
Gwen or what? Mary?
It's Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. Never mind.
They call me like.
I get why. I think me and Chris were talking about that the other night.
I think they said they debunked that. Like there's Mary Jane's still somewhere out there, but this is just more of a nickname for this one. I don't know.
Where did they do that?
I heard somewhere like that.
Maybe
Wait, did you see Homecoming, Chris?
Dude, I'm like the biggest Spider-Man fan in the universe.
Oh wait, no, I
so-
think I think they said they're like casting Gwen Stacy. Yeah.
Yeah, because the first girl was what's it called? She was just kind of a throwaway side character.
Throw.
You guys like just kill me? That'd be cool.
Not throwaway, not a throwaway character.
I'm just
but
literally imagining like a PNG of her and like just throwing her in a trash
You
can.
know, I really thought that. I think one thing I want to point out: have you all seen Guardians Volume 2 and Spider-Man: Homecoming? Like all of you?
Yes.
Okay. I think that there is a great difference. Like I think Guardians of the Galaxy 2 shows you the wrong way to do a villain reveal, and Homecoming shows you the right way to do a villain reveal.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
Villain reveal in Well, not a villain reveal, but the twist behind the villain was really good. And Guardians has a good twist that goes with the villain, but the fact that who the villain is...
You need to be careful. Ego's bad. Stop telling me that this guy's bad and let me just enjoy the movie and keep thinking that he's good. Ego's really bad. Hey, guess what? I'm bad. Wow. I didn't see that coming.
There is a really good twist. I'm trying not to flat out say what it is because
I don't want this to be a spoiler fest. Yeah. Unless Zach, you.
It's because it's my podcast too. But anyway,
is he the one recording it?
He's the one recording it, but I'm the one who came up with it.
He's the one that has.
That's such a narcissist. I'm the one who came up with it. I mean, you were.
Right.
I mean, it's like.
I think we're pretty equal on it. I edit a lot of stuff for the show too.
I got something for the camera. Hold on, here we go. Ready for this?
Dick.
Okay. It actually has been a while since I edited some for it though. I've been kind of lazy. So okay. So
Did you say it's my dick?
It could have been.
I want to acknowledge 3 movies, but I know my number 1 is also your number 1, which is Baby Driver.
Yeah, Booby Driver.
I haven't. There's a lot of movies I didn't.
So
there's a lot of movies I didn't see in 2017. Like I really wanted to see Dunkirk before saying that was really good.
What's Dunkirk?
I like Dunkirk.
Good Times. I think the other one was Good Times. People said that one was really good.
What's Dunkirk?
Dunkirk is the one about the World War II guys.
It's Nolan's new movie.
Yeah, it's Christopher Nolan's latest movie. It was like
Nolan is so hit and miss. You can't deny he's a very talented director because he always his movies always look wonderful. They're always shot wonderfully. I thought that Dark Knight was a good movie. I thought The Prestige was a great movie.
Did he do Interstellar?
Interstellar, and that one's good.
I'm gonna fight you on the Dark Knight, dude.
The Dark Knight, what? It's a good movie.
I'm just gonna fight you on the Dark Knight on that one.
All right, go ahead, fight.
Let's do it.
You don't like
Drama.
The Dark Knight?
What's the issue?
The issue with the Dark Knight is that a lot of people give it more. A lot of people give it more.
Wait, Mike, get your face in the camera. I want to see your reaction. Actually, might be interesting. Here we go.
Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, what?
Your argument, Chris, about this amazing movie.
Oh, cool. You know, see, that's the thing is everyone says it's an amazing movie.
It's not amazing.
Yet it. No, it's not.
It's very well shot. They do action scenes without, they actually went out and shot them. They didn't use a green screen. Christian Bale is not a good Batman, but Heath Ledger was a good Joker. Actually, you could argue the movie wouldn't be even half as good without Heath Ledger. Honestly, I would.
That's the problem.
But still good.
Oh, is he if you take Heath Ledger out of it, is it still a good movie? I mean, even most of the action scenes that whatever there are of them are kind of boring as shit compared to other movies.
Yeah, really bad.
So I mean, it's.
All right, Chris, try to say that again.
Fuck. Okay. I'm just saying that it's a movie that just it runs off of one actor realistically.
I think that there's a couple of other good actors too. I think
like the guy who played
Detective Gordon.
What was his name? What's that actor's name? The guy who plays Detective Gordon, Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He always does well.
And Christian Bale's after watching The Prestige, you can say Christian Bale isn't a bad actor. It's just his Batman voice is it's silly. And to be fair, you could even say that wasn't his fault. That could have been a director decision. Yeah. I kind of have my doubts that he went on the set day one and started talking like this. I have my doubts that was 100% his choice.
In the comics,
realistically, when it comes down to the Dark Knight, it's more or less of somebody that reads comics versus somebody that has never touched the Batman comics.
And you know what? I'll also think I hear you, and I know you're a big Batman fan, and that does impact it. I don't think The Dark Knight is a great movie, and I actually do not like Batman Begins or The Dark Knight Rises. They have good stuff in them, but to me they don't hold up enough to rewatch.
I hate that Catwoman kills Bane. And Bane goes
out. It's the silliest way ever. He goes out with a fucking joke that Catwoman makes. That's his death. But spoiler, I guess.
Well, I mean, you don't explain when or how it happens.
Yeah, it's. I think that The Dark Knight Rises. My biggest problem with it is I just got bored. Like, I thought there were so many scenes that dragged on. I thought there was a pretty, like, I'm okay with developing Bruce Wayne a little better, but, like, I feel like there's a big lack of Batman in the movie. I felt like he comes back at, like, 40 minutes into the movie. He finally, and then he stops being Batman for quite a while, and then during the last act, he comes back as Batman. I feel like there wasn't enough.
Wow, Michael, you seem really, really into this conversation. You have really good hair.
Oh, okay. I just now noticed what my face looked like. Okay,
I don't even see Mike's face on mine. It's just like, this is like cropped out. You see a bit of his eye, and that's it.
So, but like before, I was saying with Nolan, I don't like Batman Begins. I don't like Rise. Really don't like The Dark Knight Rises. I think visually it's a good movie. But The Dark Knight, I like. Interstellar, it's good. I have problems, but it's
Is
good.
that the one with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence? Or is that another one?
What?
Is
that one has Matthew McConaughey.
Jennifer Lawrence is not in Interstellar.
No,
she is in the movie with Chris Pratt. That's what you're thinking.
I
think Arrival or something.
What's her name? Anne Hathaway Oh yeah, that was The Arrival. Yes, I hear that was a really good movie.
Yeah, my mom loved it.
That was 2016. 2017, though, my three favorite movies is Baby Driver's number 1. I'd say number 2 is It Comes at Night, and number 3 would be Get Out. But obviously, there's a lot of movies I didn't see, so that's not like my official top 3. That's just out of what I saw.
All right, Zach, how about you? What is your top 3?
I don't know. I can't even remember most of the stuff. I don't know. I thought Power Rangers was pretty neat. As a Power Ranger fan, I don't know.
Top movies.
Wow, he was still going.
Okay. The name 3 movies you liked, at least.
Yeah, 3 movies that you liked.
Power Rangers.
Since I only remember 3 Spider-Man, Guardians, and Power Rangers, I guess those are my top 3 and not that order. But yeah, there you go.
Top 3 movies of every 6-year-old in 2017. Chris, go ahead.
I forget what were most of the movies that came out last year.
There was tons.
I'm comic trash, so I gotta go with Wonder Woman, Thor, Ragnarok.
No, it's okay.
Go ahead.
And fuck.
I never saw.
Have you seen The Shape of Water? Does anybody know what that is?
No. Wait. Is that the one that's coming out soon?
Guillermo del Toro's movie.
I never.
The one that everybody's like, "What the hell happened in it?" Or
I like that one.
Mother was a movie that people got really weird reactions, but everyone,
because it was the entire thing was like not a euphemism, it was an allegory. Like the entire movie was an allegory.
I've watched movies like that though, where I don't, as long as they have like really good stuff to go with it, and I can't. Like I watched Synecdoche, New York earlier this year. And I've even talked about it on the show a couple of times.
Talked about it to me too. The
soundtrack. The soundtrack is fucking incredible. But I mean, to me, I guess that movie. I don't know if you could call it that. Everything kind of like resembles something. Like the story isn't told, and like it's told in a very different way.
Well, an allegory implies that the entire story is actually just trying to make a point about something else without directly saying.
No, that's not what it is.
Yeah,
that's not what it is. That's like Zootopia with racism, I guess. But...
No, Zootopia is not an allegory. An allegory would be like how the main character, played by Jennifer Lawrence, is supposed to represent either Mother Earth or like Mother Nature, and Javier Bardem is representative of man, and all the house guests are like the different problems with humanity.
I would like to watch Mother at some point. It's on my watch list, but it's probably far from being seen by me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested in it. Jennifer Lawrence, I've seen her, and in my opinion,
you're a misogynist.
I think I only saw her in like Hunger Games, honestly.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I think I only saw Jennifer Lawrence in like Hunger Games, and like those aren't very good movies, but she's good in them.
Did you see X-Men First Class?
No. Well, any of the X-Men, all 3 of those.
I've never seen X-Men movies. I've never been interested. Oh, Logan was one. Did you see Logan, Zach?
Oh yeah, I love Logan. That was nice.
Okay, Logan, I forgot about that.
80%. I give an 80% of 100, but yeah.
So you Wonder Woman's in your top 3?
Me, yeah.
Well, okay, name 2 other movies. I actually think about this shit all the time. So
did anyone? I didn't see it, but like, did anyone even see Justice League?
No, I would not give my money to see that movie.
I've never seen any of the DC movies. I can't judge them. I started watching Man of Steel and it bored the hell out of me.
I watched.
Man of Steel is shit, dude.
I was hysterically laughing at how bad Batman v Superman was.
Batman v Superman was absolute shit.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to like stand up for like any of the people that like do support those. Like you read the critiques or you read the positive reviews on it. And it's like, I don't know. It felt more like what's the word? It starts with the letter P. Preference.
I hear
It's
that
very
like
preference and not like actual like. Okay, here's why it's
What
good.
it come.
Oh, like people are like, well,
what
I think that it would have been better if they did this instead of saying like this is an actual problem. Like they were just speaking like
They
about
sounded
their...
humble about it. I agree. I mean, I respect it, but like at the same time, it doesn't make the movie at all good. I don't know. That goes for any DC movies, actually. But yeah,
if someone enjoys them, that's fine. I'm barely interested in the Marvel films. Almost, I'd say the only Marvel movie I ever decided myself to go see and wasn't just going with friends was Homecoming. I was genuinely curious, so I did go with friends, but I wasn't like the one who actually suggested going.
I think you should see the Captain America trilogy. I really like that.
The worst movie. I will. I haven't seen any of them.
When it comes right down to it, though, when it comes to the superhero movies, it is, as Zach said, all really about preference.
Unbreakable is my favorite superhero movie.
Well, fuck yeah, but
Unbreakable.
Like sharp keys.
Not a comic.
But as Zach said, yeah, it's mainly preference because DC and Marvel are like two completely different things when it comes to like. They are.
I think it is because DC movies. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not super familiar with either Marvel or DC in terms of the origins of the superheroes, but it seems like DC has a lot more of like these people are born with their powers, they're gods already, and they're already superhuman. Whereas Marvel has a lot more of like, this person got in an accident and now they have powers. This person is super smart.
I think that makes him more. I think that makes him more whimsical and more fun. Personally, it's generic, but it's at least inviting. You know.
Yeah. They have a really backstory in the Fractured Butthole on how you become a superhero.
I still have to get to download the game. I've got it, but
I've been playing it. I'll talk about that actually after Chris and after we finish the movie discussion. We haven't finished yet. Chris, go ahead.
So to quote Stan Lee, he brings up that DC is gods trying to be human, and Marvel is humans trying to be gods.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's actually a good. I never thought about that before. That's actually a good way to look at it.
But Wonder Woman sucked. Sorry. Anyway, let's.
Chris still has 2 movies he has to mention.
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, you just said Wonder Woman, and I started vomiting.
Yeah, thank God Olivia's not here. She'd kill you, but...
seen Wonder Woman?
Yeah, I saw it. I went to...
we talked about it earlier, that's right.
Yeah, I went to... It's not Hidden Valley, Pleasant Valley. The movie theater up by the...
I just go to Regal 14.
I was out there with a friend, and she was adamant that we went and saw Wonder Woman, and I was like, I don't want to go necessarily. That movie doesn't look interesting, but I'm like, yeah, sure,
let's go. Friends, if they go to movies that I picked,
it was bad.
I went to see Kong Skull Island with Fred and Gage, and
that was a good one. Kong Skull Island. That's a great popcorn
I never
movie.
saw that one.
You go in, and you just let it go. You let your brain go.
Well, you know what? I will this. Kong's in it a fair amount. He never. Apparently in Godzilla, I never saw. Apparently he's in the movie for 8 minutes.
Yeah, Godzilla sucks.
Godzilla was terrible.
It's obscured by smoke, or he's like out of the way and silhouetted. It's never like the only few times that you get to see him like full on.
Godzilla is definitely that movie that like you hear all the bad things people are saying, and for so long you're like, I'll say it someday. I'm sure I'll have my own opinion when I say it, and then you're like, yeah, I 100% agree with you. Like there's not even one little part of anyone's criticism that you're like, I disagree with.
You accidentally watch at 3 a.m. on HBO, and you're like, shit, they were right.
I mean, Bryan Cranston was neat in it, but then he died. Spoiler.
Yeah, I think that was part of like their selling point, though, because he just got done with Breaking Bad during that movie.
I have the right to know. Fucking scream acting. That's just how you make a point. I
like Kong Skull Island. Like whenever Kong was on screen, which was a lot of it, it was fun. I think that the first 30 minutes are unbearable to watch because it's so boring. When they're trying to when they're actually going to the island, like none of that was fun to watch.
Oh yeah, you gotta put some grounding for the characters.
I get that. I just
establishing shots.
If you're gonna have that, then make them interesting characters, all right? If you want to dedicate any time
to characters. Did you say you wanted to hear some unnecessary exposition?
No,
It all started on
you don't
November
need
4th.
you don't need necessary exposition to make a character enjoyable. You really don't. It's not hard. Deadpool had a lot of scenes where Deadpool wasn't on screen, and it was still enjoyable when he wasn't on screen.
Yeah, that's because they fucking ran out of the budget. That's so sad. They didn't have enough budget to do all this stuff with Deadpool.
I didn't even know that. They had $2 million, and they used Adobe Premiere to edit. I mean, props for them for actually making that
You know how
work.
much a normal Hollywood movie costs?
Oh, like a couple $100 million.
Hundreds of millions.
Superhero movies, especially.
Oh God! And those are like the cream of the crop when
Yeah,
it comes to Hollywood.
I don't know why you're talking about it like that. I mean, like, obviously, I understand that.
Yeah, no, but
Giving them
I'm
praise
saying
for
like
that.
they did a shit ton of work
Oh
and
my
an
God.
awesome job for such a low budget. That's like
did
indie film
pretty-
budget
they did-
almost.
Yeah, they did pretty good. I mean, like, this, again, like, shots wise, it wasn't anything great, but.
Hey, excuse me, I'd like to take out a loan. Yeah. What for? And how can we expect to get it back? Well, I want to make a superhero movie with blood.
Isn't Deadpool coming out this May?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deadpool. too.
Isle of Dogs.
We haven't seen a
is one of
trailer yet.
Um,
Except for the
those-
teaser.
Isle of freaking Dogs.
Dude, we haven't
I
seen
saw,
a trailer.
I saw the
for-
trailer when I went to see. What movie was that?
That's gonna be the best movie.
I saw the
2019.
trailer for Deadpool when I went to see
So,
a good movie. It was a good one.
You guys gotta look for stuff that isn't just.
You have one more movie, Chris. Finish it. Finish your list.
I'm gonna have to go with Logan.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Okay, I no hate for superhero movie. You guys ought to like occasionally look for an obscure movie and just go see it. Like, we went to see Free Fire this year.
That was so good.
It was enjoyable. It was a fun movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went to see that. But I mean, I also went to
It
see
was
Get
a
Out.
romp.
I can't call Get Out like an obscure movie because everyone knew about it. Get Out was being talked about constantly.
Yeah, that's because it was what's his
It
face's
comes at
first
night.
like directorial.
Yeah,
thing.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
It Comes at Night was a great surprise though. I went like no one. I was just like, okay, I don't know what this is, and no one's really talking about it. I'll go see it just to see if it's worth it.
So your three movies are
One is Baby Driver. Two is It Comes at Night. Three is Get Out.
and Zach.
Doesn't
I don't know,
Logan.
man. I forget most of the stuff I've seen.
Chris gave his.
Chris, yours was Wonder Woman, Logan, and what was the
Shape
second
of
one?
Water.
Shape of Water. All right, my top three movies got to be Jesus.
Jesus Christ, the movie number one.
God's Not Dead too.
And what was that Dungeons and Dragons movie that John Tron did? That like really cheap discount bin at Walmart movie.
Well, 2017.
Oh, Jesus, hold on, guys. Well, Baby Driver. I want to say that it's in my top three, but I think my only thing is that was a movie that I constantly thought about. But there was other movies that I saw that came out last year that I also thought very highly of, but I didn't make as much of a note of it. So Baby Driver's in the top three. I don't know where necessarily. I'd say Spider-Man: Homecoming is in there, and I don't know what else did I see this year. I saw.
I don't really think it matters, Tarik. We kind of gotta
don't
move
know.
on. I mean. Any
So then I'm
movie.
gonna have to go. You got something to say?
No,
You wanna
it's all
talk
good,
shit?
man.
Yeah, you guys.
No, it's all good, man. We're peaceful.
Yeah, I'll say
Homecoming.
is my third movie then, just to move along.
Okay, moving right along. What else? Oh yeah, I've been playing Fractured Butthole. I won't say too much about it because I know Tarik hasn't played it. I know you're.
I'm not
going
gonna
to
play
it. Okay, but Chris, have you played it?
Yeah, I've beaten it.
Okay, I so far kind of like it. It's taken a while for them to do like anything really cool though.
Mm.
I
Like,
prefer the Stick of Truth.
So far, I'm very much preferring Stick of Truth, but I don't.
Zach looked like they disapproved of that comment.
I don't.
I haven't played the game.
dislike- I don't dislike the game per se, but I feel like so far, Stick of Truth was off to a stronger start.
Yeah, it just was.
The comedy in Fractured Butthole has been great so far, though. It's just that I don't think there's been a super fun mission yet. A lot of the missions is go to this place and grab something for me.
Fetch quests.
Yeah, fetch quests. There's a lot of those.
Oh, hey, wait. There's a topic right there. Zach, do you play video games?
Yeah.
Was that a
That's,
yeah?
that's the topic. It was like, do you like him? All right. Okay.
No. The topic is, what was your most surprising game that you played? Like the game that surprised you the most when you picked it up and played it? Like you maybe had low expectations or you didn't have any expectations at all. You grabbed it and you're like, holy shit, this
It's
is
gonna take a
awesome.
while for me to come up with. I have no idea. I'm mostly a Nintendo fanboy. I don't know.
I have two. And I'll say them quickly because I do want to let the other two talk. Fable 2 was a big surprise for me. I fucking adored that game when I first played it. Like, the story went so much further than I expected to. I played it as a kid. I have it again because Gage just lended me his Xbox One for a month, and he had it, so I'm going to play it again and see if it still holds up. And Zach will know this one, Fantasy Life. I picked it up, and like the first month I had it, I wasn't all that into it, so I stopped playing. And then eventually I picked it back up, and oh my god, it just turned into one of the games I've put the most hours into my life. Like,
Fantasy Life is a good
me
game.
played for like hours. Oh, I love that game.
Yeah.
So those are 2 games. Big surprise for me. I guess To the Moon as well, because I mean I picked that up and it became one of my. I kind of expected to like it, is the thing. But because I already heard so many good things about it, but it became like one of the things I'm like the biggest fan of ever. Period. All right, Chris and Zach, Zach,
Does this have to be surprised to be in a good way?
Oh, it could be in a terrible way. It could be any way. You picked up the game, thought there was going to be no man's.
Well, if we're talking about it in a terrible way, I mean, I definitely know.
Okay, well, mine has to be Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite because they have fucking done it twice.
What do you mean they've done it?
I am fucking surprised that they have managed to fuck up a game twice.
They didn't learn from the first occasion, huh?
No, they didn't. And you would have thought, like, everyone bitched about, like, it's a fighting game, so you would think, well, how about we unlock characters? But no, they make you pay for, like, everything down to skins, and it's not even, like, worth it. It's like, you have to pay $60 for the season pass. You can't even choose your characters. And they get rid of the X-Men characters, which, if you play competitively, fuck you.
You cut out at the very end. Say that last part again.
Mike, I think it's your ends. Like, I hear Chris fine, but every now and then you're cutting in and out. Yeah.
In other words, I just said that if you play competitively...
Fuck you. You would see I'm smiling right now if I was in the camera.
Okay.
But no, it's just...
This is great lighting.
That's horrible lighting.
What do you mean?
I just told you.
What's wrong?
Everything. Just Chris, keep talking. Why are we focusing on this? Like, seriously, everyone's like, oh, we should listen to Tarik and Zach talk about the lighting from his phone. Because that's so interesting. Chris.
Realistically, trash. That's all I'm just leaving it at. It's a trash game.
Good.
Go ahead, Zach.
Well, Tarik's like a bad surprise. Like,
any way that it's a
if you've ever played the Deal or No Deal video game from the Nintendo DS, I mean, okay, so here's.
Did you expect it to be a masterpiece, Zach?
Look, man.
Okay,
look,
fuck you, Zach. It is a masterpiece.
You want to know something? Will you let me speak, you goddams? Anyway, so.
My mother was a goddamn.
I'm personally offended by that. Look, every time you start a round on it, like every single time, and I don't know how they produce this game out and let it go through. I don't know. I guess because it's a video game. I don't know. But like every single 1 million is in the same case. Like number 8, I think it was. Like every single time. So you pay for this game. And it's like the same outcome every. It's more of like it could be fun if like you troll someone. Like you give it to them for the first time. It's like. Like tell them to pick A or tell them to pick anything other than A and just see their reaction at the end. It's like, I knew it all along. And I don't know, but it's like, yeah.
I wouldn't be expecting. I got Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader as a Christmas gift.
Well, I mean, those are games. Firstly, those games aren't meant to be critically acclaimed. They're supposed to be something that you play at a party.
I respectfully disagree, but all right.
That's what we call.
I think that should have won awards personally, but I don't know what you're talking about.
What would it have won in if it did?
Programming. Pretty alright programming.
I'm pretty sure games from the 90s had like very similar code to Deal or No Deal.
Respectfully disagree, but okay.
I guess it's my turn. My most surprising game 2017, I would say, is Assassin's Creed Origins. I went into it. I really did expect it to suck because I was watching a ton of gameplay, and I'm a huge fan of the series. And
like from
when I heard about what I was watching all the stuff from E3, and I've played the game since like 2010, and I watched my brother when he got the first one in 2007. But I saw the stuff that they changed, and I was like, oh no, it's gonna do badly. You can't change it into an RPG, and actually, it works pretty well as an RPG. It's kind of strange how well it does work. I always wanted it to be like full action stealth instead of like action combat stealth, but it works.
Chris.
You what up?
This is Marina Cox. It says that she's a mutual friend of yours, and she's adding me. I don't know who she is though.
Who?
Marina Cox. Mariana.
I don't even know. I don't even know who the fuck that is. I actually just got done talking to Austin about this.
He's never even seen a Cox.
He's got a mutual friend. What the hell is this?
I don't fucking know.
Obviously, don't accept it.
I'm not accepting that.
It's a B-O-T. It's about
I'm just fucking trolling it right now, so that's pretty much it.
What?
You got to say, hey, you want to look at my Instagram and send it?
I think the most angry I ever got. Like I got the game Two Worlds because I heard it was like Oblivion.
Why?
And I despised it. I was upset. It was the most upset I think I ever was at playing a video game. I should say. I was just like, wow, I spent my birthday money on this. This is the worst thing ever made.
You know what game I got, and then after about 2 years, I realized that it's a terrible game. GTA 5. It's a terrible game.
What about those modded servers or anything like roleplay servers on PC? I don't know, that sounds pretty fun.
I play currently. I still play to this day, but I mod the hell out of it to make it as different from the base game as possible. Because mechanics, storytelling, everything besides the acting just pissed me off about that game. And I have to
storytelling better.
Yes, it was slower. It was definitely a slower game. GTA 4, without a doubt, was like super, super slow. But it was more dramatic and grounded, and it was a good departure.
You know what? I didn't ever finish it. And I guess I think one of the biggest problems I had with this, I think the voice acting was horrible.
In which one?
Where are you?
They were pretty bad.
Michael's like, okay, he's basically another body length, body width of me over, but he's like speaking
there's
like.
Not a body length.
I mean, like, you literally just copy and paste my body. And
okay, first said that that's much space was in between us. I'm like, how the hell was that true?
What?
Anyway.
If I'm able to replace my Deal or No Deal thing, I just remembered Skyward Sword. Yeah. If
Did that come out?
The Zelda fans out there. No, we're talking about last year games.
I think any game, actually.
Yeah, Skyward Sword.
Yeah, that's not a 2017 game. But can we talk about the fact that they're making a remake of Shadow of the Colossus?
Oh, yeah, I heard
Are they? That's pretty.
Yes, they are.
Burrito.
Stick.
I'm looking forward to Mario Party 11.
I'm looking forward to that one. There's this one indie game coming to the Switch called Morphe's Law. It's like you shoot your opponents, and like every time you do, you grow bigger. And like there's these big old giants. It kind of looks like Attack on Titan, weirdly enough. But like you just gotta keep shooting until like your statue grows bigger than the other one. And it's like I don't know. They've had a delay. They said winter, but now it's getting more of a delay, which is good. So they're wanting to improve the game. But yeah, Morphe's.
I'm hoping that Ubisoft fixes the Crew 2. Not fixes, but I hope they do well with the Crew 2 because I like the Crew 1 except for a couple of things, how grindy it was. Because it was like a racing game RPG, which is weird concept, but it worked.
I started playing Cuphead for the first time and I can't get past the first gun and run.
That game
fucking
hard,
trash.
It's okay. It's all right. This is fine.
It's fine. It's probably.
We got a handsome boy over here.
You're a big handsome boy. Oh no. Hot Diggity Demons, shout out. What's our suggestion of the week? We didn't do one. Did you have one?
Need one. Oh, do I have one?
Pertaining to what?
We always do like a video or a channel that we recommend just as a
Studio C.
Studio C, we did that one already this season.
Did you?
Yeah, because I mentioned the Smiths. That was at the beginning of season 3. I did that. It was like the first shout out of the season. Or end of season 2. One of those two.
Then I would say Mark something. Game Maker's Toolkit. Check out his videos.
Okay.
It's great.
Hold on, let me write that down. Say it again, just so I remember. I don't know. Game what?
Game Maker's Toolkit. He does like a lot of really deep analytical videos on game design and discussion,
Let
and
me
they're
look
just
that up to make sure I could actually find it.
if you're somebody who's interested in the production of games, then definitely cool to hear what he has to say, because it sounds like the guy has some sort of experience on
Oh,
making
so
them. Since
Mark
he's so,
Brown, you mean? Not game. Mark. That's the show you're talking about, Mark Brown.
Yeah.
I'll write that down
Yes,
instead.
I'm also gonna suggest Skinny Penises Try Not to Laugh compilation number 487. It's a good one. Check it out.
What? Monka
He
S?
said he wanted to suggest Skinny Penises Try Not to Laugh challenge number 487.
Yeah, you have to look that up, Zachary.
I'm not looking that up. I
You
ain't
gotta
doing
just put it in
nothing.
white boldface over the entire
I
screen.
was trying to do my
Black.
Zach Hadel impression by just covering my nose up. He's he
Oh,
always sounds like his like nose clogged up.
Your picture. I love how your picture's like pointing at like your nose, trying to pick your nose right now.
Is it like that?
Yeah, it's like
my,
it's kind of like this.
Because I was doing my voice like this.
Oh,
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, what's going on, guys?
no, his freaking cover of Let It Go with Oni.
Yeah.
out of my car. And
I need you to get out of my fucking car. You're not moving.
I love when he picks up. I love when he and shakes it. No. He does a really good facial expression.
That woman, if you've ever seen the original, comes from.
It sounds like she's antagonizing.
She is 100% because he was. She asked to be taken to.
She's another one of those people like the humongous girl.
Or the girl with the hula figure and the wahine.
Hula girl. Who just like think people are gonna sympathize with them.
And they
And
post it
it
online, and then
comes
everybody's immediately against them.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Retarded, but I'm glad that they do it because it just, it doesn't end well for them. I mean, people like that should be called out.
They
Right.
post it online, and they expect their friends to come up and start clapping. Yes, good. You did that, girl. You keep going with that. No, actually, you're wrong, and you're stupid.
Yeah.
That sounds like a very hateful statement right there. I don't know if I should support that because of your emotional shit. I don't know.
Hey, I'm taking a cultural diversity class this semester. Please fucking help. Oh my god.
Michael doesn't like black people.
I like black
No, I
people.
know that.
I have 2 black friends. This episode, episode 50.
Right when you have to
All
point that
two of
out, you
them.
have a problem.
I know. It's like I love.
That's like the guy's like, I'm not racist. This is TV.
Wait, what? You cut out?
I said, I'm not racist. I got a color TV.
No, like yeah, it is like that is like the ultimate. Yeah, you have to point that out thing.
Dude, I'm not racist. I got like so many black friends. It's like that doesn't. Okay.
I've got.
That's cool.
I think I've got a total of 2.
I'm sure the next meme of that will be like, I'm not racist, I've seen Black Panther and liked it. Like that'll be the next one.
I saw Get Out, guys. I liked it. I thought it was a really deep meaning that had a message that I don't understand. I'm not racist. I liked the movie with a black person. That was where the movie makers read from earlier.
Yeah, it was. I remember
Colorful
that.
actors.
You made a reference to a video that I remember.
See, I'm subscribed to a black person on YouTube. Not racist.
He's showing me a picture of his dick.
Oh, I'm not.
That's
I don't
hot.
want this anymore.
Alright.
Ah!
I have to take a cultural diversity class though because it was like the only thing available that worked to me with my schedule for a subject that I have to still have a credit for. So I'm not sure what to expect of that. We're in Pennsylvania, it's bad, but who
Nothing too
knows?
preachy, you think? Like,
I don't know.
He gets in its Bible study class.
I hear that. I've heard.
What?
I heard that the television got really bad during the election.
What do you mean the television studio?
Like in our television classes, there, like people were getting really riled up in that class.
Well, guess
during,
what?
During the Trump.
You're probably gonna have to deal with a friend of mine.
Oh, who?
I'd rather not say his name
Okay.
or her name.
Someone who goes to East Stroudsburg.
Yes.
Oh. Well, I mean, if it's a friend of yours, then it's not is it a bad person, but also a friend of yours?
It's not necessarily a friend, not anymore, at least.
Oh, okay.
I knew them. I knew them for a long time. Things changed. I'm not lying. I'm just making it way dramatic.
I have friends like that, but I'm not not friends.
Then they're not your friends anymore.
They're not friends of mine. They're just it's a little.
Zachary, back me up.
It's a little weird for them.
I don't know
honestly,
what I'm supposed to be backing you up on, but I'll do it.
Hey, that guy.
I'm the very PC. Everything's offensive row, but they haven't gone to an extreme where I can't tolerate them, so I'm fine with it. As long as they don't ever force it in the conversation.
So you're racist.
That's what it sounds like he's saying.
They just
this
do it on,
DuckCast, man. Jesus.
they just do it on Facebook posts. So as long as they're not preaching to me during Discord call.
Are you saying that you don't care about your friends' opinions?
If I don't agree with them, they're not really.
You saying that you don't care about black people's opinions?
I agree with the fact that they should have opinions.
This whole ending is just reaming Mike for no reason.
He said that he has 2 black friends, and he said that he doesn't care if they're talking to him. So
I agree with you and Chris 90% of the time. So I don't know what you're making there.
I think we should.
Trying to say
Oh no, we're gonna continue with this.
Certain movies.
Yeah, certainly. Oh yeah, speaking of movies, so what did you like about Wonder Woman, Chris? Please indulge.
I just want to end this episode already. I guess we're gonna continue this.
You've complained a lot this episode, Zach.
Why? Why
I
do you
don't know.
say
You
that?
tell her why.
That
You
hurts
complain a
my
lot this
feelings
episode.
that I call feelings.
Glad it does improve.
Have I derailed your episode by guest starring on it?
What?
Derail.
Did I derail your episode by guest?
All right, Zach, you have to compensate us for that now.
Yeah, that was a shout out.
It's so
to
hard
our-
to respond to you when you're cutting in and out every now and then. It's like some words are just gone, and it's I'm just gonna assume that you said this thing I thought you said.
Oh, I have 3 green bars, so I'm gonna blame it on
Alright.
you.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Blame it on the Jew. I get it.
Okay, well, let Chris say what he likes about Wonder Woman, and then we can end the show.
Okay.
We should push the topic.
Hold on, what?
Say what you like about Wonder Woman.
See, the thing that's sad is I gotta be careful what I say because my girlfriend's here and she's the biggest fucking Wonder Woman fan ever.
That's okay, dude.
Listen, man. You gotta speak your opinion.
You know what? Actually, is it cool if I let her talk about it for? Oh my god. Is it cool if I let her talk about it instead since she's better at it than I am?
No, let her explain it. I haven't seen the movie. I can't say anything.
I'm throwing you under the bus. We're getting real talking to this shit.
All right, what's up?
Oh, you also owe me for that.
There's been Zach, we have to pay him for real talk and derail.
Jesus.
That's their podcast.
Oh, they're wondering why I like the Wonder
And
Woman
Zach's
movie, but I'm
frozen.
gonna throw you under the bus because
Zach
you actually read
is
one.
dead.
I don't
Well,
hear it.
no, on my end, you guys are
no.
frozen.
Oh, one of them does.
Everything's
Go for it.
broken.
Is that in the middle?
I think we're the ones who are gone.
Yeah.
Hello?
There you are.
Hi.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Good. How about you guys?
What?
Max?
Hey, how you
Hello?
doing? Hey. Hello?
This connection.
Hello.
Hello?
Seasons Greasons.
Hi.
Just talk, please.
So I think we need to speak about the politics of the movie before we get into the main part here.
Okay. So, I liked Wonder Woman because I thought, first off, I thought it was very well acted. I liked how they brightened the aesthetic a bit. It was a little, while it was still dreary to capture the essence of war and stuff, it was, it was better than it had been in the DC cinematic universe.
Especially
And I
if the DC cinematic universe sucks.
Well, and it's always so dark. Except for, I liked how they had the comparison between Paradise Island, where that's nice and bright. It's still muted, but it's bright. I liked a lot of, actually, on a cinematic level, I liked some of the shots and stuff. There's some decent stuff in there. But here's the thing. The thing I really like it for is Wonder Woman this is a great representation of her character. Is it perfect? No. And I know can you guys even hear me anymore?
No,
We're
I
good,
can
we're
hear
good, we're good.
I can hear you. Chris, Tarik, stop. I can hear you.
Okay. But it's a great representation of her character. It's not only just the way she looks, but the personality that's given, the sense of What?
Don't worry about it.
Anyway.
I was still on Shane as Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. Ultimately she's just so good, and it's so fun to watch her. And even if like you don't really get attached to like some of the side characters, they have some personality and some story in them that really I thought was really good. It was definitely done better than with Suicide Squad, and it just I just loved it. And also I liked how they kept some elements from the comics, like and stuff, and it was good.
I haven't seen the movie, so I can't say anything about it. I haven't seen movies, but I mean, I think it's perfectly fine to like it. I haven't seen any of them.
What do you think about her facing the god of war in a simple little floaty fist fight battle and blowing him up, and then the whole war ends, but then they never, they fail to explain why World War II happens, or why Vietnam or the Korean War or any other conflict that happened after that moment. Because after she kills him, everything's fine. And after what's-his-face, the guy that's in the plane, blows up like Captain America style, except for he doesn't land in ice. That's it. War's over. No more World War I. It's the end of the story. I think the historical inaccuracies get to me.
Like I said,
my biggest problem is not actually. Did you guys see Spider-Man?
I hear that they had.
Did you guys see Spider-Man: Homecoming or no?
What?
Did you guys see Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that.
Oh, me and Michael talked about this, and I'm going to be hated right here, but everything you just brought up in Wonder Woman is the exact same reason why I'm not a big fan of Spider-Man: Homecoming. Not like just how there's so much shit that isn't explained.
Wait, you're talking about what your girlfriend brought up?
No, what you brought up, like you just brought up how much shit wasn't explained in Wonder Woman. I'm bringing up that's exactly how I feel about Homecoming, and that's why I didn't like Homecoming.
Well, I'm just the main thing that I meant was that whole end fight scene with what's her face with Wonder Woman versus Ares, the god of war, and she's literally able to like go up against to defeat him, right? She kills him, who is supposed to be like the biggest bad guy of her like whole thing.
Oh wow!
And then
really.
World War I ends. At least that battle is signified to end, and kind of see the end of the war. Is that it? And then they fail to explain any reason why any other wars happen. Did those wars just not happen in DC?
But now she's Wonder Woman. That's what was leading up to. That's the happy ending. There we go.
Oh, I can't stand that. She jumps into the sunset at the end.
No, that was dumb.
Just reaming Chris and Olivia apart.
The thing that I like, this might just be because we read the comics, but war doesn't actually. Ares isn't. He's just the god of war. He isn't.
Well, Ares.
War itself.
Well, Ares.
Yeah, but they make it out in the movie to make it seem like he will be the one to end it, and they do play it off like that in the movie. So for them to build it up, like if you kill Ares, that's it. No more war. Will plague man. He kills him.
They do explain that.
Yeah, because if that was true, wouldn't like the world just be dead because Ares killed all the other gods?
Well, she killed what's his name? Not Kaiser. She killed the one general, the German general, and she originally thought that he was Ares, and then it turned out that Bueno mustache dude from England.
Bueno mustache dude.
He's Ares. It was so weird and shoehorned. Like, why is he here? She should save that battle for the next movie.
Explain why Ares is why that doesn't happen, because Ares does explain that even they thought that he was the cause of war, but he is just an influence. It's like
not gonna lie, that's kind of stupid.
It is stupid, but it's how the Greek pantheon works. They're kind of the incarnations of it, and they influence it, and they're like the patron gods of it. But they don't directly cause it. They can't control what's in the hearts of men.
They're kind of like Norse mythology.
Yeah.
I mean, I understood it was like the idea of like if you kill him, war is gone. It was more of a myth. Like clearly, once he died, like clearly it was just he say she say thing, and it wasn't true.
The battle ended after he died. Like they tried to say it like if you kill him, that's not going to be the end of war. But she kills him, and then the battle was over. Wow. She made like a small nuclear explosion, and then everybody's like kind of dead. but then it's like, hey, sunset, sunrise, whatever.
Well,
My biggest problem with that like argument though is isn't that the whole problem with like the thing is technically if that's how it was, wouldn't like the whole world be over though since he killed every Greek guy?
Nah, because you'd have to kill.
No, he did. They mentioned that he killed all of them.
It's like as long as the Titans and like Earth was.
Okay, hold on. We didn't. No, they didn't talk about the Titans.
No, they didn't. So therefore,
so you can't bring them in.
Listen, as long as the Greek elder gods existed.
But that wasn't in the Wonder Woman movie. They didn't bring that up.
I know they
all.
didn't. But they didn't say, "Oh yeah, if you kill the gods, it's the end of the world."
How are there two of me?
Yeah.
Well, one
Any
more
more,
thing.
and I'd have to kill myself.
Just to step this in as well. Can you explain to me why the villains, the two, like, you know, the doctor woman and the general guy, were so randomly campy for absolutely no reason and so terribly acted? Like everybody else.
Can I do it?
You can do it because I don't know.
There's this amazing thing called the Golden Age in comic books, and instead of actually trying to bring up characters that exist now, they decided to bring up characters from that campy age. So they couldn't have done shit, which is terrible for the movie's sake.
Well, the guy is an actual historical figure. The dude that she kills is an actual person. He was really.
They're using like it's like pretty much using like they use the comic book version of that person, not the actual version of that person.
It would have been much better if they would have used a character with the Baroness, because then she.
Yeah, like make a fake character for this really. This really big storyline. I don't know.
Zach's cracking up about something.
Yeah, Zach.
It's like every little thing Mike does. I don't know why. It's just hysterical to me.
And also, mustard gas doesn't behave like that. Mustard gas.
No, it doesn't. Even though it wasn't.
No, they were trying. No, because in the movie they were like, "Oh yeah, we're trying to make a super compound, like stronger than mustard gas."
Fucking Taco Bell guys.
Yeah.
It's Taco Bell's fumes.
Yeah.
That movie
right,
just.
yeah.
Also, one more thing.
The
fact, like, hey, why isn't anybody marching over there and shooting at them? They're like, it's a no man's land.
Am I gonna get like arrested for that?
That was cheesy.
You're gonna get banned for that, dude.
Nobody can walk through that. It's a no man's land. That's right, no man. And she goes like bogarting her way into the middle with artillery shells and bullets flying past her, and then she starts this whole like upright. I don't know. That was just too ridiculous for me. I was like,
I guess I have bad taste, but I loved it.
Gotta write down the title of this episode: Tarik versus Chris. Like, this is it. This is the title.
That kind of reminds me of the thing I hated how Thor can go up against Hulk.
What?
No, Thor cannot go up against Hulk. All right.
But Hulk could kick the shit out of him.
No, it would have been over faster than that shit.
Well, no, that's fair.
My favorite superhero movie of 2017 was Captain Underpants. Definitely.
Yay!
I regret not seeing
Underpants. Good job.
My favorite supervillain origin movie was The Disaster Artist.
It's all came full
I
circle.
think that was the greatest supervillain origin movie. I can't wait to see the sequel.
Yes.
I genuinely do consider Unbreakable the best superhero movie.
What's Unbreakable?
It's a good movie.
Okay, good.
It is a Shyamalan film. It's the second one in his last good split.
It's like the second one it's the second one in a trilogy he's making, like this weird unofficial trilogy.
No, it's official.
Maybe don't say that.
Oh.
Should we end this episode now?
Oh, let me know.
I would just like to bring up the. No, you're good.
Can we cut?
You can end it if you want to.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tarik. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys.
This is DuckCast.
An extra guest appearance from Olivia, actually.
Yeah.
It was great, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.